Hey, Julia Barzyk here from Wise Investigator. Did you know that right now, at the time I'm recording this, July 2025, there is an excellent opportunity to get in touch with funders? Now, I will explain this scenario, and if you're watching this at a later time, what you want to do is keep your eyes and ears open for the next time this type of opportunity arises, because it arises all throughout the year. There's just a unique opportunity right now that I want to tell you about. Okay, so you, as a faculty member, someone who teaches, you probably have office hours. And that's a time when, depending how you manage that, the students can reach you, ask questions, kind of an open door to you, access to you for questions or other kinds of guidance. Now, funders can have this too. Sometimes they actually say, hey, we have office hours, or hey, we have, for example, a DARPA event where they will do a lot of outreach, invite people in from the local area, and it's very deliberate. But there are more what I call unofficial office hours, and how you can keep your eyes and ears out for those are the question and answer periods related to specific proposal deadlines. So right now, what I'm thinking about is that the Office of Naval Research, or ONR, has two calls out that have deadlines. They both have deadlines for asking questions about the opportunity. So this means that the program officers will be keeping a better eye on their inboxes, and they will be under more responsibility, say, to respond to the inquiries that come in. Because when there is a competition, when there's a hard deadline, there's an official question and answer period, the program officers really need to be responding to everybody who sends an inquiry. Otherwise, it's not fair. Now, throughout the year, you would hope that you would get a response to your emails, but many times you don't. And if there's not a specific deadline that you're working towards, funders can feel, well, okay, we can't get to all the hundreds of emails that might come in per day for an individual. So they're doing their best. They're doing their best. And you try again, and sometime during the year, ideally you can reach them. But it's really a different scenario when there's an official Q&A period. So when you do this reach out, now you never want to present yourself as eligible for an opportunity if you're not. You want to be reaching out because there is a chance that you could submit to this opportunity, but don't hold yourself to such a high standard to say, okay, if I'm not eligible, if I'm not eligible right now, or my topic area doesn't seem to be in their core focus area, then I won't reach out. No, you want to err on the side of reaching out. And here's one thing to think about for eligibility. So if you're not eligible for an early career opportunity because you are too many years out from your PhD, okay, that's never going to change unless they change their eligibility criteria in that way. So you're probably not eligible for that. Now, if you're not eligible because you're not a permanent resident yet, but you have that in process, and you may expect that within the next year or two, you would become a permanent resident and you would become eligible, then you can still keep this opportunity on your mind for future years. And it would not be inappropriate for you to make an inquiry during this Q&A period about the suitability of your research, even if you're thinking about a future year. So that is one thing to keep in mind, is that just because you know that the program may not be an ideal fit for you right now, if you have ideas that could fit now or in the future, then you're completely justified in reaching out. So they are going to be, like I said, paying much more attention to their inboxes, and you will have a higher likelihood of getting a reply within this period. Now, even if the opportunity that you're inquiring about is not a great fit for you now, or you're not eligible, you can still use this opportunity to get on the radar of this person, get ideas in front of them, perhaps even have a conversation if they're willing to get on a call or a Zoom meeting with you, and you can shop your ideas around. You can learn what their reaction is to your ideas, because all of the people who are involved in YIP program, for example, I'm talking about the ONR opportunity. They don't only fund YIPs, right? They have their core program. They fund people who are not permanent residents, people who are 20 years out from their PhD, people who are doing research in areas that are peripheral to the core area that they fund. They're engaged in many, many other things besides the YIP program. So you can use this window to get in touch. Of course, again, you're not going to waste their time, but you can learn from them at that point in time. What about the other opportunities? You can ask questions if you're able to get on the call with them about what other areas of research are they interested in or funding, where else in the organization or in other organizations might be interested in your idea. And this can put you in a really good situation for next year if you are eligible and you have time to prepare a quality proposal to say, hey, we spoke last year and here's what I've done over the last year. Here's how this work has come along. And now I'm really serious about considering an application for this opportunity. So one practical tip here is to use strategic subject lines. So if you're able to use YIP or deadline or the name of the program, whatever it may be in the subject line, that person is going to be clued in. Oh, here's something that's time sensitive. There's a competition. I need to open this email, and they'll be more likely to respond rather than if you have a very vague subject line like question about your program or additive manufacturing research or just something real general. You want to have something that's pretty specific to that calls out the time sensitive nature of your inquiry. Okay, so again, as long as you're not wasting somebody's time because your research doesn't even fit their program, or again, you're too many years out from the PhD that you're not going to qualify for a YIP now or in the future, then you are within your rights. It's totally reasonable for you to make that inquiry. So the Q&A window, think of it as an open door. You want to use these opportunities to improve your chances of making that contact. So you don't have to have the perfect idea. You don't have to be 100% eligible right now. But if you make this good faith effort to communicate your research, you're genuinely interested in the opportunity, you think you could be eligible for it now or in the future, then this is your opportunity to do that outreach. So think about that right now. If you're watching this video in July of 2025 and you have interest in learning more about funding opportunities with DoD, this would be a good time, for example, to reach out to the organization I mentioned, ONR. But throughout all of the year, you can keep your eyes open for these Q&A periods and make the most of them. So if you are interested in a lot of other resources that can help you on your way to funding, check out the links that I have in the description below, because I've got lots of good things there that can help you week to week. I've got a newsletter and a free course on DoD funding, a couple other things. So just check those out, and good luck with your inquiries this summer.